So here's an update of the mango experiment I had started last year, 2017. As you know, we had one of the worst winter that we rarely ever get here in Zone 8, South Carolina, and needless to say, it was not a very good year for me to do the experiment because I believe it would have survived the mild winter here had it not been hit by one of the rare cold winter we get here down south. So that, can I have that mango? This is the mango that we had planted here last year. But in its place, what we're going to do is plant another, as you can see right there, another citrus fruit tree, which is, let me see what we have here. We have the clementine. It's a very sweet orange, and it's supposed to have apricot-like taste, and it will ripen in November, which is perfect. Medium-sized fruit, and we are going to place that or plant that in place of our mango tree right here. There's actually something growing in there, and because it grew in there by itself, my husband and I are reluctant to just yank it out of there, so I'm gonna plant the fruit trees there, the orange tree there, and kind of leave that biggest and healthiest one right there. There are at least 3 of those. Well, I believe those are some kind of squash. Get rid of these 2 here, 2 little one, and leave those. Leave the healthiest little plant right there. So 2017 is one of the rare winter, very cold winter that we rarely get here down south, and it so happened to be the same year that I decided to experiment on planting a tropical fruit tree, which of course this is not a very good idea in this area because mango is a heat-loving tree. It's a tropical fruit tree, as you all know, but I figure if the moringa, although the moringa trees also felt the cold, but as you can see, they're alive and are coming back. That's my moringa trees, 2 of my moringa trees on this side of the land, and right there is my blood orange, and you can see that it was also affected by the winter snow that we had 2017, but as you can see, it's doing very well. It'll come back. It's actually bouncing right back up, and I believe had the mango survived this winter and were able to establish its root system, it probably would have made it as well as those other tropical fruit trees. But as you can see, this is not to say that I'm altogether going to stop experimenting. I'm still gonna try to plant mango here one more time at least. If you look in there, there are some citrus fertilizer in there, because when you're just starting a fruit tree or any kind of tree, it's a good idea to make sure you give it enough good soil and fertilizers for it to sustain itself until it actually establish a very good system in root system in there. So we have fertilizer at the bottom of the hole, and compost, fine sifted compost soil in there. And this is what we are using to kind of help boost the orange tree. This year I'm trying this and see the effect of the on our fruit tree. But so dead mango tree right here is out, and this orange clementine tree will go in. So now it's in place, and we're gonna add some more compost all around it. The way that plant it looks so much more like some kind of squash. I don't think that's my calabash though. Could be like what do you call that? Butternut or acorn squash. One of those type of squash. It's nice and healthy. It's a shame I just cannot pull it out when it's trying to. Yeah, it's very nice and healthy. Can you put a lot of that soil in this side here? Okay, so we have the clementine planted in place of my experimental mango. So hopefully this one will do well. And I might try my mango experiment again, but not this year. So let's go and look at the rest of the trees I planted. Okay, as you can see, that's a moringa tree there, and it doesn't seem to have any buds inside, as well as this. But if you look over there, you can see that there's that green, a little too close right there. So chances are this moringa here is just taking time to come up with the new shoots, as well as this one. But as you can see right there, see the green right there, that's alive. Peppermint. And one thing I realize is that right there, the yacon, it's a very sturdy, hardy plant. As you can see, those are my yacon, and no shoots, no new leaves coming out of this one. Some volunteer calabash growing right here. That clumps of seedlings there, those are calabash. And take a look at this moringa. As you can see, all of the sprouts, new leaves is sprouting off out of this one. So that's a good moringa there. And here's another moringa. You can see that new sprouts of new leaves. And that's lemongrass doing very well. Now here is another heat-loving plant. This is avocado, and as you can see, this too was affected by the winter, but this avocado was planted here from seeds, and you might say it's well acclimated. And I had this avocado for about 2 years, 2 to 3 years I believe, in a greenhouse, overwintering there before we planted it here last year. But As you know, we did have that very very cold winter this year 2017, but as you can see, the avocado, you see all of the new sprouts, and that tells me avocado will do well here in zone 8 given the right kind of care and a good and warm location. And that's peppermint near that avocado. And here goes another citrus plant right there. I believe that's my calamansi or the lime from the Philippines. Here's another one, as you can see, that new leaves coming out of that. So that's alive as well, affected by the terrible winter we had, but as you can see, there's green coming out of it. And here's another moringa here. This one is also doing well as far as being able to bounce right back up after the harsh winter we have.